Recently, a former staffer of George Santos, who spoke to Talking Points Memo on the condition of anonymity, predicted that his former boss is going to jail. Here is what that staffer had to say. I got nervous and I got defensive that things were not on the up and up. I felt like things were not right. I thought that the lack of a financial disclosure, the messiness of the books, and the reporting were not great. Lying on your resume is one thing, but I think George is going to be perp walked out of a building because of this financial mess. So, of course, what he is referring to are the myriad of financial problems plaguing George Santos right now. Now, it's bad enough, all the lies that Santos has told, the deception of the voters to even get into office in the first place. But technically, none of that is criminal. And that in of it itself is a problem. Like, that should be not legal, but you can do it because we just never thought as a country we'd hit the point where somebody would do that, but here we are. But it's the financial issues. And here, of course, is what the staffer is talking about. Santos went from having zero assets to his name and only about $55,000 to being allegedly a multimillionaire. And nobody knows where that money came from, right? He hasn't exactly been completely open and honest about anything, but most specifically his career. He said, I've got high profile clients. Yeah, but who? And clients for what? You gotta come a little bit more. You don't even have a financial disclosure, so we can't track where all of this money came from. So that's a big problem, and of course it is something that is being investigated right now. Technically, Santos is under 4 different investigations. Maybe 5, if the FEC decides to take action. You've got the local Nassau County looking into him, state officials in New York looking into him, a federal investigation looking into him, and then, of course, the officials in Brazil who are hoping to extradite him and put him on trial down to their country. And then, of course, as I said, if the FEC wants to look into why he took illegal foreign campaign contributions, that would be number 5. But his personal finances, right? That's where the big red flags are right now, in addition to the FEC. But he loaned his campaign $705,000. It's also on the record that he took money from donors that exceeded the legal limits, which is illegal. Also, on his donor, forms that you have to submit when you're running for office, some of the people are listed as simply anonymous. And when you give money as a human being directly to a politician, you can't remain anonymous unless the donation is under $200. And we're talking about thousands of dollars. And it simply says anonymous. That's also not allowed. And then, of course, as this staffer who pointed out, the books were messy. Nobody was really keeping track of things. It was all shady. It was all very secret. We don't know what was going on. But with the multiple different investigations happening, I think it's safe to say that somebody somewhere is going to figure out what was going on. And if, of course, there was anything illegal, that's when karma is going to come back and bite George Santos in the behind. Until then, all we can do is sit back and watch the crap show unfold because Kevin McCarthy has made it clear that his Republicans are going to do absolutely nothing about George Santos until maybe they're forced to do it. And even then, they technically don't have to. George Santos could not only be arrested, he could be tried, he could be found guilty and sent to prison. And technically, Kevin McCarthy would not have to call for a vote to expel him. Being arrested does not disqualify you from Congress. They would have to actually vote to expel him. And given the current makeup of Congress, I don't even think we can trust the Republicans to do that. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.